NASA just released information on 3I Atlas that proves without question that this is an alien spaceship. Now, they say that it has slowed down, it has made a turn, and they're seeing some type of life on this asteroid.
Harvard and NASA have issued an urgent warning that has rattled the astronomical community worldwide. A warning that revolves around the mysterious interstellar object now officially designated 3I/Atlas. First spotted on July 1st of this year, the object was initially cataloged as a likely comet, just another frozen relic drifting through the void and destined for nothing more than a harmless pass near Mars. But in recent weeks, the numbers have changed, and with them, the entire narrative has shifted into a chilling new dimension. What once seemed destined to be a dazzling spectacle for astronomers' telescopes may instead become a cataclysmic event, a direct impact on the red planet itself. The latest calculations, emerging from independent analysts at NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory and Harvard astrophysicist Avi Loeb's research group, revealed that 3I/Atlas is not behaving like any comet humanity has ever tracked. Its trajectory is not stable, it is tightening. Its speed is not constant, it is accelerating. And in the cold math of orbital mechanics, these changes point toward one terrifying possibility: collision. As of this week, 3I/Atlas is moving at a velocity of nearly 87 kilometers per second relative to the Sun. To put this in perspective, that's fast enough to cross the distance between Earth and the Moon in less than 80 minutes. Each hour it barrels forward, the subtle gravitational tugs of Jupiter, the Sun, and Mars bend its path by microscopic increments, adjustments so small they might seem meaningless. But across tens of millions of kilometers, those microscopic shifts balloon into planetary-scale consequences. And according to the most recent trajectory models, if just a fraction more velocity is imparted during its ongoing course corrections, the object could slam into Mars in late September of 2025. The Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter, one of NASA's most advanced eyes on the red planet, has already confirmed disturbing anomalies in its latest observations. The coma, the hazy halo of gas and dust surrounding the object, has doubled in brightness since August, glowing with strange ultraviolet spikes not consistent with typical cometary outgassing. Instead of stabilizing as it nears the Sun, 3I/Atlas is behaving like a guided system, releasing bursts of gas in deliberate pulses to adjust its path with surgical precision. The timing is not random. Spectroscopy data from the Gemini South Observatory in Chile indicates that the gas emissions occur at exact 17-minute intervals, each pulse synchronized as though programmed. Each vent pointed to subtly nudge the trajectory closer to Mars's orbital plane. No natural process explains such rhythm. In traditional comet science, outgassing is chaotic, erupting in irregular spurts as fresh ice pockets are exposed to sunlight. But here the object pulses like clockwork, its behavior eerily reminiscent of a spacecraft using thrusters to steer. The new trajectory projection places its closest pass at 1.95 million kilometers from Mars on September 26, 2025. To the untrained ear, this may sound like a safe distance, but to planetary scientists, that margin is terrifyingly slim. At that range, Mars's own gravity could influence the comet further, tugging it into an even closer approach, or potentially tipping its path toward direct impact. What amplifies the danger is its mass. Based on current brightness and density estimates, 3I/Atlas may weigh as much as 10 billion tons, its metallic core stretching nearly 400 meters across. Should such a mass collide with Mars at its current speed, the energy unleashed would rival 2 million megatons of TNT, thousands of times more powerful than the largest nuclear explosion ever conducted on Earth. The impact would gouge a crater up to 60 kilometers wide, ejecting vast amounts of rock and dust into the Martian atmosphere and potentially scattering debris into interplanetary space. The consequences for science and exploration are staggering. Mars is currently host to dozens of active missions, from surface rovers like Perseverance and Curiosity to orbital platforms such as the Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter, Mars Odyssey, and the European Space Agency's Mars Express. An impact of this magnitude could cripple these missions in an instant, erasing decades of investment and obliterating the fragile data pipeline humanity relies on to study the Red Planet. Beyond the loss of equipment, the atmospheric injection of dust and debris could alter Mars's climate for decades, complicating future missions and even contaminating the search for microbial life. But perhaps the most unnerving revelations come not from the object's trajectory, but from what lies at its core. Leaked radar data, reportedly obtained from NASA's Goldstone Deep Space Communications Complex, suggests that Comet's nucleus reflects signals not like a porous body of ice and dust, but like hard metal. One insider, speaking anonymously, described the radar echoes as unlike anything we've ever recorded. The implication is extraordinary, that 3I/Atlas is not entirely natural, but may conceal alloys or structures inconsistent with natural formation. Combined with the rhythmic gas emissions observed from Earth-based telescopes, these signals raise the possibility that what we are witnessing is not a comet at all, but some form of engineered craft or probe. Avi Loeb, a Harvard astrophysicist known for his controversial stance on interstellar visitors such as Oumuamua, has once again stepped into the spotlight. Loeb and his graduate student Adam Hibbard have circulated a paper, not yet peer-reviewed, but rapidly gaining traction, that proposes 3I/Atlas may be an artificial messenger. According to their models, the object's pulses are not random jets of sublimated ice, but controlled thrusts, venting material in precise bursts to steer through the solar system. Loeb even suggests a chilling scenario, that the comet is not merely passing through, but deliberately targeting Mars, either to crash and release probes hidden within or to demonstrate the existence of extraterrestrial technology in the most dramatic way possible. Supporting this unsettling hypothesis are recent images from ESA's Mars Express orbiter. On 3 consecutive orbits, its high-resolution cameras recorded 3 faint, glinting objects in formation above Mars, arranged in a triangular pattern. At first dismissed as cosmic rays or camera artifacts, the objects appeared in the exact same positions on subsequent passes. If these are indeed metallic bodies, they could represent probes deployed ahead of 3I/Atlas's arrival, advanced scouts sent to survey the target world. NASA has not officially commented, but behind closed doors, both ESA and NASA teams are urgently cross-referencing archival data to determine whether similar anomalies have been detected before. And so the timeline grows more ominous. September 19 through September 30th is now considered the critical window, the period during which 3I/Atlas is expected to make its final course corrections. By then, its speed relative to Mars will exceed 57 kilometers per second, meaning even the smallest adjustment could spell the difference between a near miss and a direct impact. Critics argue that no natural comet could achieve such changes, requiring energy on a scale far beyond sublimation of surface ice. To maneuver at this level would require power sources akin to nuclear or fusion reactors, buried within the object and venting exhaust in precise directional bursts. Already, amateur astronomers around the globe are joining the hunt, pointing their telescopes at the green glowing visitor. Many of them report bizarre images of its tail splitting into 3 thin beams, glowing with a pulsating radiance that mirrors the timing of its gas bursts. When enhanced with long exposures, these beams appear to converge in the direction of Mars, almost as though the comet itself is painting a luminous path to its destination. The eerie visual has only added fuel to speculation that something intelligent lies behind its movements. Governments and space agencies are responding quietly but decisively. The European Space Agency, Roscosmos, the China National Space Agency, and Japan's JAXA have all convened closed-doors task forces. Leaked reports suggest these groups are discussing the unprecedented, intercepting or even attempting to destroy the object before it reaches Mars. No official statements have been issued, but whispers of planetary defense protocols are growing louder. For the first time in history, humanity may be forced to consider taking direct action against an interstellar object, not to save Earth, but to protect another world from annihilation. The silence